Even by Ron and Fez standards, 2012 has been a weird year. And we're only 6 months in. This is Ron and Fez's Half Year in Review. One of our favorite shows of 2012.
Keep me out of it, homie.
Starts
Come on.
now.
Hi, everyone. Pepper Hicks here, still hosting the Best Ofs live at the SiriusXM studios, making sure everything times out correctly. Well, 2012, we can't do Ron and Fez's Half Year in Review without... That's it. What else can I say? I have to play the announcement. Fez is coming out. This has to be played. That's coming up next on the Best of Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez.
It is the Ron and Fez show. And Fez Whatley wanted to talk with us all today. Today, of course, he's mentioned for quite some time that he wanted to do an announcement. And this is 1 year ago since your dad passed away, Fez.
Yeah, 1 year ago today. February 24th is when we lost him.
So you decided that today is a day that you wanted to talk to the audience about stuff that's been going on with you.
Yeah, it's, of course, that day last year was one of the biggest changes of my life. And so, big change to announce today on the Ron and Fez show. So today seemed like the appropriate day to make this announcement and just let everyone know, and I appreciate everyone who's been so interested during the announcement, but just to let everyone know that I've come to terms with things, and I just want to tell everyone that, yes, I'm gay. Gay. Ron, I'm gay. That's the announcement. I'm putting it out there. It's not a bit. It's not a character. I'm Fez Whatley, and I'm gay.
So you play a gay character?
No. I am a gay person. The old Jersey governor put it best. I am a gay American. And I'm Fez Whatley.
You are
Gay.
finally ready to say the thing that's taken now years to say.
Yes. I wanted to do it before I was 30.
Well, this is stunning. Fez Whatley.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the patience and
I
everything.
have no patience with you. My patience
Well, I'm still living.
Has been shot years ago. This is it. This is actually it. You're gay and you plan to live an openly gay lifestyle.
Open, honest, authentic. I'm gay. I'm Fez Whatley, and I'm gay. I don't know if you're understanding this.
I am getting it now.
I'm gay. And it's completely on the up and up.
Well, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Hopefully.
Now, I'm going to honestly say this. The ease that you've done this is phenomenal.
Well, no,
now this part of it.
Oh, this part, yes.
Yes. The fact that you said this, I waited to see whether you would fight your way through it or struggle through it. But no, you came right in here, almost no setup. And you're out of the closet.
I am completely out of the closet. You were the first person I came out of the closet to 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years ago is when Fez told me what was bothering him. And that was the fact that you're gay.
And that was through a complete emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
Walking past Central Park, just through tears.
Why And by the way, if anyone is interested too, you can go over to the interrobang.com, the iBang, and I'm sure they're sending out a tweet and a link right now. But Fez has kind of written up his story, so if you would like to leave a comment on that page, you can. But we'll go back through this a little bit because a lot of people don't realize this, but Fez and I have known each other for over 20 years and met basically on stage at a club that I had. No, it was actually even before I had a club. I was emceeing at another comedy club, and you came in and did amateur night. And then you came over when I started doing radio. You told me that you had gotten some degree or whatever, and you wanted to work in radio, and you started there, and invented this character, Fez Whatley, and the character was gay.
Yeah, very much.
But it took a full 17 years before you would say to me,
I'm gay.
Yeah, that you were gay.
Now I can't quit saying it.
No, you can. Well, now you have all the time to say it.
Uh-huh.
But don't you think that this is, and a lot of people have gone, oh, of course that we've always known or suspected or whatever, but you have never been able to say this for all these years. You've never been able to say that you were gay.
No, I was never able to say the words, and that was after, coming to the conclusion myself. Because for many, many, many of those years, I just denied it. I didn't think I was gay.
You didn't think you were gay when you played the gay character.
Right, yeah. That was a gay character. That was me putting on a really good gay act.
Right. And you did that for a lot of years, and people thought that you were gay, and you had no problem with that.
No, because in my mind, it was just a character. It was just a part I was playing. But, if people would come up to me, listeners, back then would come up to me and say, hey, are you really gay? I would always throw out a line to them to let them know, hey, you don't be an idiot. This is all
You give them a little
pretend.
wink and a smile.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your line?
My line, people would say, are you really gay? And I would say 6 to 10 a.m. weekdays.
Right. But, if we go back to say, why you started playing the character of Fez Whatley, it's because when you came on the radio as like the intern or whatever, everybody thought that you were gay. That's the weird thing. And
yeah.
And I'm telling you, when I met Fez, and like we talked later, at the stand-up club of who's funny and who could come back from this amateur night, I remember saying, I think the gay kid's hilarious. And, of course, then you said that you weren't gay.
Right.
And I had to wait like a full 17, 18, actually even longer, because that was years before we even started doing radio together, before that you actually told me.
Yeah. And, even back then, that night we met, part of my amateur night stuff was doing this Richard Simmons impression.
Right.
Which was just another Fez before Fez got started.
Right. I mean, every impression that you did was some gay person from TV.
Uh-huh.
But
yeah, Paul Lynn, everybody. Yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Every single thing that, and all your heroes were growing up. But did you honestly not even for a second when you were younger think, that you were gay? I mean, like, I hear a lot of people when they come out and they'll say, oh, I always knew, or I knew since 5th grade. I knew years before I even started dating anyone, or even when I was dating girls, I know. But you aren't one of those guys.
No, I just assumed I really didn't have any interest. My thought was always that I was going to meet the right girl. And then I would be head over heels in love, and that would be it, And the weird thing was how people kind of kept passing me up. Like in high school, some of the kids, some of my friends had started having sex.
Right.
And I didn't. Got to college, everybody was having sex or losing their virginity in college. Not me. And then, people younger than me were starting to have their sexual lives and girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff, and not me. And I just thought, it's just not time yet. I just haven't met the right person.
How did you feel when your friends' kids started having sex and you still hadn't?
That was a tough one. That was another landmark moment.
Nieces and nephews of yours.
Yeah, that have just, who are living with their boyfriends and girlfriends now.
Well, all right, so you went on all this time where, telling people, no, I'm not gay, no, I'm not gay.
I just have to stop. Did this really happen today? Is this real life?
And you know what? I also want to point this out. How many times have we attempted to get to this point and you couldn't?
Yeah, just could not.
But I noticed once you went with it, you've been completely comfortable. You know what I mean?
And I always kind of knew that if I could say the words,
right,
then I could get this relief. I knew it was there. I just couldn't make myself do it.
Why is this a relief for you, though? What is it about being in the closet that's such a bad thing? And I know that sounds like a stupid thing, but I think a lot of Americans, gay or straight, would not be all that comfortable announcing their sexuality to people. What is it about coming out of the closet that feels good to you right now?
I think it's because I felt so bad about it for so long that it was, there was one point when I was realizing what was going on where I tried to pray to God to take this away from me, change this up. I can't handle this. I just thought, I honestly thought it was a bad, shameful thing. It was so much guilt involved in it. Even though I was playing Fez on the air, it was such a guilty thing. And then as it progressed further, and especially after I had talked to you and told you my secret, then
let's never call it that again.
Oh,
by the way.
Okay. When I told you I was gay, because I'm gay, I'm Fez Whatley and I'm gay. After I told you, the guilt really piled up, but like in a different direction. Where then all of a sudden I'm talking about all these gay things, these gay issues, these things that I thought that all of a sudden became important to me.
Like what?
Gay marriage, Prop 8. Don't ask, don't tell.
But that took you years even before you could get to that point.
Yeah, and that wasn't even until after I talked to you.
How long before you said, you told me, how long were you carrying it even before you told one person?
Even before I told you?
Yeah.
Because you were first. That had to go probably about 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was a lot of times where I had every intention of telling you.
Right.
And, we would, I remember one time was a trip to D.C. to do an unmask at the XM studios. And that road trip, I had every intent. That was going to be it.
Right.
I knew we were going to have that time together. And that's when it was going to happen. There's times when we've gone out to eat. And I said, this is it. Leaving the house going, by the time I get home, I will have told Ron that I'm gay. And it didn't happen.
What kept it from happening?
Again, just not being able to, everything all of a sudden wouldn't feel right. Like there's ever going to be the perfect moment.
Right.
Like, if we were getting something to eat, oh no, that table next to us is too close.
Oh, they'll hear.
Yeah, they'll hear. Just little things that kept piling up. And then I would get home and just be disgusted with myself. I would be so pissed of saying, you had, again, another opportunity, and you hadn't said it. And that guilt started to pile up, because I'm like, I'm an emotional mess, and Ron deserves to know what's going on. So I felt so guilty even more of not being able to say it.
So when you're really looking at this, I mean, you've been struggling since the 3.5 years since you told me. You had 3.5 years before that. So we're looking at 7 years for you waiting to say this.
To get to this moment.
Yeah. And what changes now? I mean, what changes are you going to make? Just like in your personal life, how does it change for you?
Well, I think the big thing is it takes, I've got so many little phobias and fears. This takes the biggest one off the table. I just don't have to be afraid of this anymore. I really, really don't. And I kind of felt like a fraud in here for so many years when I'm like, all right, you're gay. You've been playing this gay character. You're not responding to any gay comment or anything that comes in. So it's just, to me, it just feels like it's going to be so much more honest and so much lighter. It's just really, I can be happy about this now.
Right.
When I told you, like I said, I told you, through just a crying fit. It was such a scary, scary night.
You actually, I remember this too. You said to me, and like you were crying. I'm like, what's going on? You said, it's the gay thing. And I'm like, oh, this is the statement. It's the gay thing.
Yeah. I don't think that would have worked today, yelling out, it's the gay thing to everybody.
Can I tell you the truth?
Uh-huh.
Maybe the first moment you wouldn't have felt as good about, but right after that you would. I mean, I think that you did just fine saying it's the gay thing because that, I knew what you meant.
It was the only way I could spit it out. It was the only way I could get it out there.
I will also say this. I remember that because we were coming back from someplace, so we were sitting in these benches near Central Park, and it was nighttime. And after Fez and I started talking, and he said that he was gay, then I started saying, like, when guys would walk past us, I go, "What is your problem? Two guys sitting here on a fucking bench. You got to start staring at us."
I was laughing and sobbing all at the same time.
So what? A couple of guys sitting here hugging each other. Who's got a problem with it? But then I remember, you felt like so much later that night that I was surprised that you didn't want to come in and say it right away. But I figured, you would do this with a little bit of time.
Uh-huh.
And I know that you've set out to say on the air so many times before we made this announcement today. But why wouldn't you think, hey, that felt really good saying it? Why won't I, keep trying to keep that going?
I don't know. I guess I couldn't hold on to the good feeling of it. And it always felt like, all right, I know Ronnie's going to accept me. Mm-hmm. I've got that. That one's that, I've got him. And then it felt like a need to put it out there and to talk to family and other friends and eventually get to the audience.
Right.
So it just kept, and I put that all on myself. I was the one who wanted to do it.
Right.
But every one of them just felt harder and harder. And, it was just too difficult to get it out there.
But having said all that, now that you've said it, how are you feeling?
Right now, I'm feeling pretty happy because I'm gay. Everyone's just gonna have to get used to it. Everyone listening, I'm gay.
I know.
I'm Fez Whatley and I'm gay.
They've always known.
It's not a bit, Ron.
I kind of think the craziest part of this is that you invented a gay character, played him, and then decided, I don't know, a dozen years into that you were actually gay. Mm-hmm. This may be a first in the history of the planet, or maybe a lot more people. Normally, gay people have to act straight, but you thought you're a straight guy that was acting gay. But the other weird thing about it is, the second that you decided that you were gay or thought that you might be gay, you stopped really playing the character and stopped any of the jokes and the funness of the character. What happened there? How did that happen?
Yeah, and trust me, I've read a lot of coming out stories. This is the most bizarre one ever.
Do you really think that it's? I mean, I know that each one is, a little different, a little similar, but you've never heard of one like your own?
No, not one where someone was already out before, as Fez Whatley, as the gay character. That's never happened. Trust me, I've done the research.
This was like the late 80s in Florida and Georgia and the Carolinas where our show was. And there were, a lot of redneck type guys that were listening to us. And I always used to say, like, the Fez Whatley's the bravest, guy in radio. Nobody else would do this character. And the weird thing was all those guys accepted you. You know what I mean? Those weren't guys that probably knew gay people, certainly didn't know anybody that was out. So you had already won that over, and then when you decided you were gay, you started to alienate everybody.
Everybody in my life. Absolute everyone. When I realized that I was gay, and then it was, at that point, too, it was going to be, well, all right, fine. Go ahead and be gay. You're never going to talk about it. You're never going to fess up. You're never going to admit to it. You'll just live this secluded life.
But why? Was that just childhood stuff stuff you had learned?
Yeah, it was still just all the shame of it, of growing up, my grandparents were ministers in the Salvation Army. My father was even more involved in the church than I was. My mother was is a church secretary. Mm-hmm. It was just nothing but, this is bad. I mean, I taught Sunday school. And, they would give you literature about, how masturbation is bad and everything. And it was awful. It was just awful. And I just didn't want that to be who I was. I didn't want that to happen. So when I realized I was gay, all of a sudden, all the fun Fez was having didn't feel funny anymore. It felt like the more I was going to be Fez, if I was really turning on the gay as Fez Whatley, it was going to bring up more questions. Like if someone had asked me, "Are you really gay?" There wouldn't be any quip.
Right.
There wouldn't be. It would have just gone right through my heart. So the less,
because you really didn't want to be gay.
I really didn't want to be gay, and the less I was gay as Fez, I think in my mind, the less I was going to get called on about it.
Right. And that wasn't even a conscious decision.
Oh, no.
You were just like in such a defensive mode.
Yeah, it was, because that was what the seclusion became about, and just staying in all weekend. And the only time leaving my house was to go to work.
Let me ask you this. Did you kind of were you kind of ashamed of the gay the gay character that you would invent it once you figured out that you were gay? Or do you have any regrets now of how you played that character when you were, and I'm throwing some quotes up here straight?
Yeah, I'll say there's regret, because all of a sudden, like, ass play jokes just seem cheap and stupid. What a stupid thing to say. Any sort of, blowjob joke just seem like ridiculous. Why would I say that? So yeah, there was regret, and kind of like now that I realize I'm gay and I'm still not going to say anything, or I'm going to eventually tell Ronnie, then it's like, what kind of gay am I? I'm certainly not a happy person. I'm certainly not anyone. I just got so angry about being gay. That was like the next phase.
Right.
So I was angry at myself. I was angry at the Fez character. I was angry, that my upbringing made this even more difficult. I was just pissed.
And how did you get to this? This is just battling through before you've got to this point? I mean, the last couple of years?
Oh yeah, and a lot of this is since I came out to Ron has been talking with those psychiatrists and psychologists about this. I never obviously brought that up on the air.
Right. That you were trying to say, I want to do this. And to a person, did they all say, just get out there and say it? I mean,
every one of them said, because we talked about it so much.
Right.
I mean, not just the self-loathing, but we talked about eventually doing this on the air. And every one of them was like, this is what you have to do. I'm all in favor of it. In my professional opinion, tell your audience you're gay. And do it. Get it out there.
A lot, I guess, here we are in 2012 where we have so many gay people out. And I guess it is a lot easier from the outside to say, hey, go ahead and do it. You have every right to.
I think unless anyone has kind of gone through this themselves, that they really don't have any idea what the process is. It's like, no, everybody likes Ellen. Of course, be gay. No one has a problem with that. But it's a lot more internal turmoil than you realize.
Well, it's stunning. You haven't really taken a breath since.
No, I'm just really flying off the handle here.
Are you happy right now, though? I mean,
I'm really, really happy, and this is just good crying for the first time.
You're proud of yourself.
It's the best I've felt about myself in a long, long time. And I'm just so glad you're here with me.
Well, I'm really, really proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
And I've known that for a long time.
It's really overwhelming right now.
Yeah.
And today was the day I decided to do it, and I still miss my pop so much. I miss my dad. And it's weird because I really wish he was here. And at the same time, kind of glad that he isn't. So, and that's something that I thought a lot about too. And I know, just would he be proud of me today? And I went back and forth on that. I didn't think proud was the right word to use. He would totally be accepting. He would have been cool with everything. I don't know if he would have been proud that his son went on the air and said that he was gay. And then
by the way, dude, you did that 20-some years ago.
Yeah.
He
and he loved that.
Right.
He got the biggest kick out of it. He loved the Fez character.
Which is really funny when you think about it. When he used to just howl at you, playing this character, which in an odd way, if you think about it, was just you becoming yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe it's subconsciously, but, the fact that your dad accepted that so much and got the biggest kick out of it.
He adored it. He just thought it was so funny. I mean, he would come home and he would try to explain to my mom, you should have heard what Ron and Fezzi said today. He was one of the first people to just change it to Fezzi.
Right.
And, of course, my mother didn't get any of it, which was probably good at the time. And, but, yeah, he just had a blast living through what I was doing on the radio show.
So, yeah, to worry about whether or not he would be proud of you today, I've never known him to be anything but proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
100% that the thing about your dad, even though that he worked as a banker, he always had show business in his heart.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? He had the biggest kick out of show business. So, more than I think that you even realize, he was always living through your stuff and enjoying the jokes and kicking it around. So I can't imagine that he'd be anything but proud today.
I agree with you. Like I said, I went back and forth on it, and yeah, he would be very, very proud today.
And the other thing that's really...
He'd be really happy for me, too, which is, a lot of people don't get that break when they come out. So that's a really fantastic feeling to think that.
And I know, like, the religious thing bothers you, but the really interesting thing about religious people is that they will adjust that religion to fit their family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there's no divorce with the Catholics until the Catholics start to get divorced. Then they're like, well, I'm not going to get rid of my daughter or my aunt.
Right,
So they adjust it. And I think everybody adjusts. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
That's all you can do.
Yeah, what can you do? You want to take a little break here and we'll come back and pick it up?
Yeah, let's do that.
Needed to say anything or?
Just that I'm gay, so everyone knows. In case you missed the announcement, Fez Whatley is gay. Enjoy it as much as I'm going to. I'm gay. Ron, I don't know if they heard me, but I'm gay.
Not as difficult as you thought to come out.
Not once you say it the first time.
Right. Was the first time tough?
Oh, so brutal. I honestly, as we were coming back from the break, I didn't know if I was going to say it.
No.
I was still up in the air. Maybe I'll just faint.
Well, you've done it.
I have done it now.
Fez Whatley's gay.
You gotta say it like this. Fez Whatley's gay!
No, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not going to be all flamboyant about it.
You gotta get loud.
I'll just say it like this. Fez Whatley's gay?
You don't have to put the question on the end
I
of
thought
it.
of it more as an interrobang.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a little bit of both. Speaking of the interrobang, it's tough to get in there, Fez, because people are just slamming the site. But Fez is actually taking the time, and you only did this last night to write up your story. Was that kind of a cathartic thing for you, or?
That was really good. I needed to do it to just kind of put everything in my own perspective for today, to just kind of take myself through this bizarre story and get myself to this morning.
All right, we'll break, buddy.
Okay.
Well, we'll come back and pick this up. And if we get the chance, we'll take a couple of phone calls and stuff, too. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Ron and Fez's half year in review continues.
Yeah. Hey, it's Pepper Hicks, producer for the Ron and Fez Show. Coming up right now on Ron and Fez's half year in review is the second part of Fez's coming out story. We had just gotten a break after he made the announcement that he is indeed gay. And now he takes some calls from friends, listeners, all sorts of people. Some of you people listening right now, he took these calls from. But it's not live, it's a best of. It's Ron and Fez's half year in review. And it's coming up next on the best of Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. Very, very big day for Fez Whatley. For today, he is not just a man, a gay man. This is almost
a big gay man.
This is like a bar mitzvah for a gay person. Today, you are a gay man.
I need to break a martini glass under my foot.
I have to say that you got a very nice tweet from Opie, but I want to read the part that'll make him cringe. He writes a lot of stuff that's kind of personal, and then he basically says braving, my friend. And then he wrote back to say, bravo, stupid autocorrect.
No, braving, I think it applies.
Braving, my friend.
Braving, my friend. We'll always remember that.
Here's another buddy of yours. It's Hard Rock Johnny. Johnny.
Oh, Fezzy, we're so happy for you.
Thank you, Johnny.
He's part of your tribe now, Johnny. This is so
he is.
great.
Actually, my boss said he would go out on a date with him if he wanted.
Very nice. Okay.
So, see, you're already getting dates.
As soon as, if the Hard Rock turns into this kind of bar, I'll be there every weekend.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yep.
Thank you, buddy. So the announcement wasn't that I was taking the 90% of his stomach and adding it to my own.
Fezzi, have you done any dating? Is this something that you needed to come out first for?
I really, there was never any sneaking around with me. I did have to come out before I felt like I could get myself out there into a real gay life. Like, I never went into a gay bar until the weekend after I had come out to you.
Right.
Plenty in New York City, there would have been plenty of time and I already knew I was gay, but it kind of felt like either like cheating or I was going to get caught. And I don't know if anyone wants to hear this story, but I came out to run, I think it was Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And that next weekend, for the first time, that Saturday night, I went to a gay bar and passed the entrance 3 or 4 times before I could go in. And I had no idea what was waiting for me on the other side. I had no idea. I was expecting just guys in Speedos swinging off of trampolines, trapezes, autocorrect. But I went in there and it was like a normal bar and it was a gay sports bar and the World Series was on. It was October and I was watching a game and no lie, from across the room, I heard the word Fez? My very first time in a gay bar, I got recognized by a listener. And I'm like, I could throw down this beer and run screaming out of here and really draw more attention to myself. But I ended up talking to the guy, and like anyone else, he just assumed Fez Whatley was gay, right, and this is a normal Saturday night, and actually said to me, do you come to this place a lot? And I said, I can honestly say this is my first time here.
Isn't that the funniest thing, though, that...
And then I came running home and called you.
Right. I don't know whether you know this a lot, but Fez will call me a lot in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But
that was a 2 a.m.
But isn't it really funny, though, this whole thing of I can't be found out when everyone already assumed it about you?
It was so already out there, and like I was just trying to keep this thing safe that wasn't even in my hands anymore.
But you really haven't found, like, meeting gay people to be the easiest thing in the world.
No, because I've been to quite a few different gay bars in the city, and I honestly thought, all right, if you have the guts to go through the door into the gay bar and you're gay, then that's it. You've crossed the threshold. You're in the club. Everybody's together. Everyone's, patting you on the back. Oh, no, it's like any other place. Pretty people really tend to stick with pretty people. And there's a lot of cliques there. And like any other bar, people who really don't want to give you the time of day if you don't have any game going on.
So you expect it to be a lot more like, hey, welcome, you found safe haven. It's...
Yeah, there was no sanctuary. It did not happen.
Well, yet.
Yeah.
Because
and then I was still...
Also, this guy hasn't shown up yet.
No.
You're much more confident today. And by the way, as far as the bravery of walking into a gay bar...
Braving.
That's autocorrect. Some people go there just to cop crystal meth. So don't always assume, because a guy is going into a gay bar, that he's gay.
And let me say this, too, to the Saturday night gay bar crowds. Let the gays have the gay bars. We don't need the bachelorette parties of all the straight girls coming in thinking it's so ironic and fun to dance with the gay boys.
Fez, there'll be a time for bitching and nagging, but I don't think that's
Plenty.
today. You remind me of the guy at his wedding who gets up to make a speech about how much money this cost, and how a lot of people are taking advantage. Coming up in about an hour, we're going to do a really great Unmasked that we have, and give Fez the chance to start his whole new life. Does it feel like a whole new life to you today, pal?
Everything feels brand new. It feels like it is just the start of something really, really good. I can't express well enough how happy I am that this day finally got here. Now, as I look around, there's one person I blame for that, and it's me. Because that day could have come at any time. But you know what, too, with, like, people coming out of the closet, boy, I go back and forth on this, because Harvey Milk was so right with...
I didn't even know that you knew him.
No, but he had said, before he was assassinated, that you do need to get out. You do need to come out of the closet if it's going to make a difference, in people's lives. And then I am also with that group that is saying, do not push someone out of the closet. Do not, everyone's got their own time for it. Today, February 24th, 2012, is my day. So, but I can put it out there this way. If you're thinking about it, it feels really, really good. I suggest doing it on a radio show.
Let's go over here to, let's go to Sean. Sean, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Fezzy, congratulations, man.
Thank you, Sean.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It feels really, really good. It actually feels better than I thought it would. Because I knew it was going to get really emotional, and I was even crying on the subway today on the way in front of everybody, but it feels fantastic.
Do you want to go on a date with me?
Leave your number.
All right.
Email photos. I'm very superficial.
That's all great, but you also you've never had to worry about this before? Be careful with listeners, because... they don't keep secrets.
No, that's true.
They'll go right to a website. Let's go over here to, let's go to Rich. Rich, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Fezzy, congratulations. You made us all proud. I'm very proud of what you did. And one thing, can you give Ronnie his fucking umbrella back, please?
I will get an umbrella. If it's not that umbrella, I will try to upgrade.
It's impossible. I need that one. Here's Blackheart. Go ahead, buddy.
Fezzy, what's up, man?
Hey, what are you doing?
I just sitting here eating some pizza, man. I'm glad to hear you back in action. I like the pep in your voice, giving you a big old phone hug. And I'll tell you, I was scared the announcement was going to go the wrong way with you leaving, man. That was about to piss me off.
So,
well, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't have gotten a phone hug. And not so much back in action. I'm in action now. For the first time, I'm in action.
Does this even feel different than when you were the guy playing the character?
Yeah, it feels weirdly different. Where playing the character was like, all right, keep the balls juggling.
Oh.
Not those balls.
But the way you said it.
This just feels like me. Like I finally caught up to that character that we created. Like I finally caught up to who I was supposed to be.
Here's Mel. Mel, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, this is my first time calling in. I've been listening to you guys for a long time, and I want to tell Fezzy, congratulations, man. You've finally come out, and and you can be happy now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really a good day, isn't it, Mel?
Yeah, and I'm not gay, but I have nothing against people that are, and I just think, Fezzy, you can be yourself again.
Mel, in all honesty, you sound a little gay, just with the statements that you're making. Chris Stanley.
Yes.
Hi, Chris. Did you hear the news?
This is pretty fucking crazy.
I'm gay.
the weirdness now that Fez and Chris Stanley are gay.
The what? No.
Please don't act offended.
I'm straight. That's all I'm saying.
Are you?
Yes.
Then why would you be on this show?
I'm attracted to women since way back.
See, now already people are feeling awkward like that.
Yeah, good.
Did you think that Fez was out when you first met him?
He acted as if he was out when I first met him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. That was it. But for him to actually be out now, it's very exciting.
Yeah,
it's really exciting, and to see him happy, like see him crying, with tears of happiness.
Right.
That's a whole new thing, huh?
Fantastic.
It really is. And I try to get my head around this thing of here we are, 2012, Maryland is going to allow gay marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nowhere that you can go in the country that you're not protected, and you've got, the anti-bullying stuff and all that kind of stuff. And yet there are still people who, and somebody that I couldn't be any closer to, that you struggle with this acceptance.
Yeah.
It's the oddest thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really odd because that is the word. It is a complete struggle. And the hardest part about it is just the self-acceptance.
Right.
Because you just can't even possibly get to the next person until you get to the roadblock that's yourself. And, oh, man, I can't tell. I mean, I'm being completely honest now. I love being on this show and saying I'm gay, Fez Whatley's gay. I adore that. I love how I feel right now. But there was so much time where I just wanted to be anything but gay. You know?
Where did you have, so you have this thing that, hey, I'm not just playing a character. It's real. I don't like it. What made you finally accept that you were gay? At what point did you say, I need to tell Ron, I'm not going to change, I'm not going to pray this away? What happened?
That was just pure exhaustion. I couldn't carry it around one more day. I mean, and I had really had a meltdown that night, if you remember.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I even started, even before, this wasn't even talking about the gay stuff, I just felt so bad about myself, and I just started crying at dinner that night.
Right.
I was crying in the restaurant. And it was just the exhaustion of, I can't fight this anymore, and there's no reason to fight it. I've got to figure out a way to make myself work with this.
Now that you know there's no going back.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird feeling.
It's a weird thing. Like,
hit the dump button.
Right. The fact that you are outside now. You know what I mean? Like, I think that a lot of the stuff that you did was to protect yourself. You know, a lot of the ways that you ended up hurting yourself, I think that you really wanted to take care of yourself. And now you're saying that you don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing to protect myself from. I mean, when this was at its hardest, before I came out to Ronnie, I mean, there would be times where if we were out somewhere, I didn't want, any girl coming up to me because I didn't know what they were going to say. It panicked me that much. Or if it would even start a conversation.
Even long before, the gay thing, right?
Yeah.
You were always afraid of women.
Oh, terrified of women. Just scared to death.
Why? What was going to happen?
I just didn't feel like I was going to be able to come through. I wasn't going to be able to date someone, never mind, have sex with them.
Why did you think you were straight then? What kind of person goes, I'm terrified of a woman coming up to me. I don't want to kiss them. I don't want to hold hands. I don't want to be alone with them. Why did you think that you were straight?
I I thought I was just not interested in that person, that it wasn't the right time, that there would be a time for this. And that just, the procrastination there. So, yeah, it just never felt right.
Well, I guess it wasn't.
No,
I guess it was never right.
But nothing else felt right either at that point.
What is the ambition now? Meaningless sex with anonymous strangers? I guess, bus stations and alleyways.
I don't know about bus stations and alleyways. I don't want to cross anything off the list, though, today.
Adult bookstores where you do your biggest work. But no, are you going to tiptoe into the gay life, or are you diving in?
I really, really want to dive in.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that. I really want to, I've talked about a relationship for so long. Now that even feels like different today.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just, let's find some gay friends and let's just have, and go out and have fun.
Mm.
I would really like having friends again in my life. I mean, I'm down to you guys. That is it. I have cut everybody out.
That's the most embarrassing, heartbreaking thing of this whole thing. Here's the other thing I think about, too. You better start learning about musical theater, and you better start dressing better.
Yeah.
You better start understanding restaurants a little better, and you better start G'ing it up if you want to bring somebody cool into your life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta get rid of the baggy clothes. I'm wearing sleeping bags.
Yeah, you that's the weirdest thing about you. You really dress like a straight guy who's been married for a while and doesn't need to impress. Let's go over here to Frank. Frank, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, I appreciate you taking a call. Fezzy, I just wanted to congratulate you. I'm also gay, and I struggled with it for a long time. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's tough, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah, it was very tough, but it's a shame that in our day and age we have to live under that kind of environment where we feel like it's hard to come out. We can't be ourselves.
Well, the weird thing is we really don't. We've never been in a more enlightened gay age. But but that doesn't change what's running around in our minds.
That's true, but the one thing that's troubling me a little bit, Fez, is you said that today Fez Whatley is gay, and that was the character, though.
Uh-huh.
So I guess what I'm driving at is, be who you really are. You know what I mean? And it's a very freeing day for you, but Fez Whatley was the character. Remember that.
Right, yeah, and Fez Whatley was a character who's gay, and guess what? I am that character. I am gay. That is me.
So,
I mean, if people want me to say my real name, I will, but...
I guess that's what I'm driving at. I want to hear you say, I'm, who I am and I'm gay, because Fez was the character. And I know that's who you are, but that's not truly who you are.
Yeah, well, Todd, Fez, it's all the same now, and it's all gay.
I appreciate that. It was really good to talk to you. And again, I'm so proud of you, Fezzy. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, there's not a fraction of hetero here anywhere. On or off the air.
Well, it's one thing to even say that, but what he's trying to say is he wanted to make sure, I think, that you have no shame about this, that you're not, holding another persona. Because it really is a really weird thing to decide that you are your character and not, your regular, the name that you carried around during the daytime. On the other hand, I think that we really hurt ourselves when we act like I'm not going to embrace my weirdness. I have to force this normalcy down. I think a lot of your pain came from wanting to be some kind of normal person that I don't even know exists. You know what I mean? You wanted to fit into what you thought of as normal, and like anyone that I really am fond of in my life has some kind of freak to them, some kind of weirdness.
Sure.
Because I find that the opposite of boring, and you're not a boring guy. And yet, if you go over your lifestyle the last few years, you've done everything you can do to become the most predictable, dull, boring person. And you're not that guy.
Yeah, I don't have normal in me. And, but you're absolutely right where I wanted to be normal. And then this thing of not being able to get my opinion out there. And that all goes out back to just despising myself so bad, thinking I'm gay and that's bad, so everything I say is bad. And people who aren't gay are better than me.
Here's Kyle in Boston. You're on Run and Fez.
Buddy, Fezzy, I'm so happy for you, brother. You had me tearing up on my way to work this morning. And,
me too.
Congratulations, and I'm really, really happy for you. You made my day.
All right, thanks, man. Here's James. James, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Fez? What's up, Ron? Fez, I'm proud of you. I hate to sound like a bitch, but I was kind of crying whenever you were, because that actually, to hear, I've been listening to you guys since about 2007, and this is the first time that I've ever listened and heard you sound as happy as you are. Fuck what everybody else thinks. Fuck what everybody else does. It's all about you, man. Be you. Fuck everybody else.
Thank you. But I don't want to fuck everybody else because everyone's been really nice. So I do appreciate their opinions.
Well, I think he's saying, who cares what anybody else thinks?
Yeah.
And a big part of, I think, what happened to you. And you picked this because this was the anniversary of your dad passing away.
Yeah. My dad, we lost him on a trip to New York last year. He took sick and was gone just a few days later. Just really crazy how quickly we lost him. And still dealing with that. And it's, but that, people go through that and, I can get through that too. It was very odd because after my father passed away, it was Opie who had told me, he goes, give it a year. He says, give it 1 year. Everything feels different after a year. And it's 1 year today, and things couldn't feel more differently right now.
Mm. So
thank you for that advice.
He waited a year after his dad passed away before he came out? I'm very confused by this story.
I'm not exactly sure what his timeline was. Yeah. But it does feel different.
Zeitz, you and Fred, the younger guys, you must have been inspired today to say something that's been on your mind. Both of you guys have a musical theater background, and
line up.
Well, I couldn't be more proud of Fez, but I don't think we have this particular aspect of ourselves in common.
You were a musical theater?
Well, I was.
Playing the lead in what part?
It was Footloose, as you called it, Cum Juice.
Enough said.
Okay.
I see that show.
You are proud of him today?
Yeah, putting aside, the shit we do, I couldn't be proud. I thought this was really cool, and it made me really, really happy to hear you.
And inspired
to come out yourself.
Say it.
Do it, dude. Do it, dude. Do it.
Say it.
Do it.
Say it. Come out. Say it. Come out.
No, I'm not.
No.
But I appreciate it.
No, I won't come out today.
I'm very proud of you, Fez.
Thank you, Mark Zito.
Rob, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, this is Rob. I'm calling from South Bend, Indiana. I just want to wish you well. From my wife and I, from my friends Matt and Chrissy, from our friends Rob in Fort Wayne, we all are happy for you, Fez. Hey, Ron, we love you. Zito, we're glad that you were down in Indianapolis for the Super Bowl. Just want to wish you guys all well from Indiana, man, all right?
We got the whole state covered.
Let's go over here to Chris. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to let you know, I know you guys are joking around about it, but I was just listening with my best friend Danny, and after you said what you said, he came out to me, and I just wanted to let you know you just inspired him so much, and now he's going and telling his own family, and we're all really proud of you, man. Congratulations.
Why do I feel like Danny's a straight guy who's driving home right now, yelling?
Seriously, he's not.
That's really a true story. Now, did you know that he was gay?
True story. I had my suspicions.
Everyone does.
I never was really sure, but you know what? I'm still gonna be his best friend. And he started crying, and I started crying too. So, hey, thanks for that. You did that. That's all you, man. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Way to go, Danny.
Fred, is there something that you want to say? Do you want to find the Danny courage in yourself?
I'm also very proud of Fez.
I know you draw.
You're in the arts.
And you take improv classes.
Okay, yes, I do like to do theater, and I like to wear, colorful shirts.
Right.
But
I'm the least gay out of that group.
Yeah, it's true. It's actually true. If we did some kind of To Tell the Truth show, and we were just looking at the way people dressed, maybe Fred could take you out somewhere.
I don't know. What is it? Wait, take him out?
No, not kill him.
Oh.
Not take him out, take him out.
This is a big day. I don't
Fred,
know.
get your jargon down before someone gets killed.
Well, we all saw Pulp Fiction. Let's go over here to, here's your buddy, the Blowhard. Go ahead, Blowhard.
Fez, congratulations, you big, big bear of a man. You're going to be happy. The Ron and Fez show is back to the way it was. A happy Fez means great radio. This is the greatest outing today since Adrian Adonis went into the flower shop. And all I can
Thank
say
you,
is,
the greats.
Fez, when I'm up and about, I'm going to take you to a Broadway show. And just to show you that I'm not insecure about my sexuality, I will march with you in June at the Gay Pride Parade, side by side, down Fifth Avenue with you as my good longtime friend who came out. It took a lot of courage. We've been waiting for this happiness to come out, and it's just amazing to hear how wonderful you sound, and I'm just proud of you, and God bless you, buddy.
I'll march with you under one condition. You carry those signs that say, "My son is gay."
Oh, no question about it, and you can come watching the Norwegian parade in Bay Ridge right after that.
I'm not coming out as Nordic.
Oh, come on. They love you. But anyway, Fez, God bless, be well, and go out there, and so many men, so little time, you know?
Thank you, Blow.
He really is correct, Fez, that you really are coming out right at the end of your dating life.
Yeah.
The two people who came out last were you and Christopher Plummer. And I think both of you are going to get an Oscar this year. I really do.
Hopefully. Someone named Oscar.
It is the Ron and Fez show. Coming up, Fezzy, we got an Unmasked at 2 o'clock.
Unmasked with special guest Ken Marino. You know him from The State. And, of course, Party Down. And the new movie that's opening, Wanderlust.
And make sure the first responders make sure that they check in with Ken Marino when we do this, because that's always really important and helps out a lot. Look who it is, Fezzy. It's your friend, Radio Shark.
Congratulations, Fez. He-Man say what?
What?
You know what? I'm so mad that he's not playing that song again from the other day, because I actually went and looked it up online and started to sing along with it.
Oh, Radio Shark dropped the ball.
He called his Tony, and I said, "Really, Shark, today?"
Today, of all days.
Tony.
And so he said, "Okay, fine, of course."
Lady Trucker has a lifetime ban, but I think I'm going to let her through today.
What?
Go ahead, Lady Trucker.
Hey, Fezzy, congratulations.
Thank you, Lady Trucker.
And I'm really, really proud to be the Watley Fag Hague card holder number 1.
Okay, we're not going to have those cards, Lady Trucker. Back to the banning.
She couldn't keep herself unbanned.
Nope. She had one shot.
Well, we really blew up the Interbank today. Because Fezzy, a lot of comments. Most people already thought you came out years ago. I don't know why that surprised them so much. Let's go over here to Ursula. Go ahead, Ursula.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I just want to say, Fez, that you sound the happiest I've ever heard you sound.
I'm really pretty
so
joyful
nice.
today, Ursula. Thank you.
Yeah, like you really, I'm really happy for you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Bye-bye, darling. So this is the new Fez. This is the way that you're going to carry yourself from this point on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is it. I am Fez, and it just feels so really, really good today. And I want to keep that good feeling going.
At what was the point, like that you always say that you suspected that you were gay? At what point were you sure?
It was, I had like what I always called intense friendships with guys, really intense friendships where it's like it was more important to me than it was the other person. And
almost like the movie Single White Female.
Yeah, there
they get
you
a little
go.
obsessive with your friendship.
Very
Start
obsessive.
dressing like getting mad when they're talking to other people.
Very jealous. Yeah, that whole thing. And yeah, I had developed a really big time crush.
Now, did you know it was a crush?
No, it was like it was one of those friendships. I mean, I realized it. I mean, yeah, because it had just gotten in my mind overly obsessive. And so then,
and
of course,
always with a straight guy.
Yeah.
These crushes.
Every time with a straight guy. I think there's probably been 5 throughout my entire, as I go back and look, of what would have qualified then.
Chris Stanley, Mark Zito, used to be Fred,
Hans Bonanz,
and Hans Bonanz. Hans
the
Bonanz.
latest one.
Yeah.
The latest.
Hans Bonanz, or Twinkie Boy, as we're going to start to call him.
DB now.
Send Hans over. Hans, this has got to be the weirdest internship that anyone's ever had before. But we're changing a couple rules. Number 1, let's get that shirt off. And 2, we want you to wear your shorts backwards so that the zipper... Anyway.
All access.
What would you like to say, Hans Bonanz?
I know I've only been here for a short time, but man, I'm so happy for Fez.
Aw.
Thank you, Hans.
That's nice, Hans. Would you like to make your own announcement?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
The OutQ interns don't have this weird of a study
I
session.
didn't even notice that. We could probably start using some of the OutQ interns.
Yeah, we'll do an exchange program. Send Hans Bonanz over there for a day or two.
They'll just eat him like corn on the cob. Let's go over to Cigars and Scotch.
Hey, I'm having a little trouble wrapping my head around this.
I'm gay, Cigars and Scotch.
No, not
I'm
that.
gay.
I'm proud that you admitted.
Dance with me, CNS.
You sound comfortable, confident, but the thing that got me was, did you admit your name was Todd? That is gross.
By the way, the name...
Such a stupid name.
Todd is so much gayer than Fez.
You think
Congrats, man.
I would imagine that your parents said he's so gay, we should name him Todd.
Yeah, that was after one of Elizabeth Taylor's husbands. So, I don't know. They may have been running in the family at that point.
Were you really named after him?
I was named after Michael Todd.
Why?
I have no idea. That's the story I get told.
Honey, let's name him after Michael Todd.
You would have thought my name would have been Michael.
Which would have been, hey, Mike, what's up, buddy?
Big Mike just came out on the radio. Did you hear?
This is Todd and his brother Fisher, and this is Hilton. We really love the last names of Elizabeth Taylor's husbands. This is Burton and his other brother Burton.
The twins.
Because they got married twice. That's a joke.
Fortunately, my mother had hit menopause by the time Ferensky got there.
By the way, I did that joke about the way Fez's dad talked, but in reality, Fez's dad talked just like Fez.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, there was moments with the voice, too, there was a time where I was flying home on vacation, and I had called from the airport just to let my family know the plane was on time.
This is when you knew that you were gay and were worried about it?
Yeah, this is when it was all playing on my mind. I had called just to say, hey, here's the flight number. Delta flight gets into Tampa this time, blah, blah, blah. So I had gotten there. My dad picked me up from the airport. He drove me to their house, and he hit the answering machine when he came in the door, like he always does.
It's great that they still own an answering machine.
Sure. So, and the furniture's on paint cans, but I heard my voice on the answering machine, and it was so effeminate. And it was not me putting on any sort of Fez voice to give flight information.
What did it sound like to you?
It was just like, hey, it's me, and the flight's getting in.
You never talked like that.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like such a woman's voice.
Right. So, like, when you heard that, you're like, they're going to know.
Yeah, I remember I immediately said, that's just me. That's just me. And then even after that, I was like, yeah, my flight's we'll get in at 3:15. I tried to, for their answering machine, to go for a deeper voice.
Yeah, but they've heard your voice their whole lives.
Oh, I knew that, but that didn't mean I shouldn't start trying to cover it up now.
I don't know, honey. He's doing some kind of deep voice thing now.
But you're right about my father's voice. My father had called, when we were kids, my father had called into a local sports AM radio show to make some sort of comment about the Buccaneers. I think what it was they had Coach John McKay, and I think he was going to yell, throw McKay in the bay for the 400th time.
Witty.
And he was in the other room, and he put us around the radio, me and Corky and my sister, to hear him get on the radio. He was on hold. He wanted us to hear him on the radio.
Sure, because he was going to be a caller.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't that be the high point of his life?
Sure. Finally, show business. They took his call live on the air, and he said he asked his question, and the host referred to him as ma'am.
Oh.
So, yeah, this
yes,
voice
ma'am, you're right.
Good point, ma'am. McKay should be thrown in the bay. So, yeah, this voice just kind of sticks with us.
Maybe even more. You never know. Let's go over to Mike. Mike, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, guys. Just to say, I've been listening to the show for probably 6 years. I've got like 20 hours of Flintstone all the way back to NEW. The show is a big part, oddly enough, of my life. I don't think I've ever been that happy for someone I didn't personally know. Fezzy, congratulations, man. It was just awesome. I was so happy. I was laughing in the car driving. It was just pure joy. So enjoy it, man.
That's what it feels like, pure joy.
By the way, your Wikipedia page has already been updated.
Oh, thank you.
On February 24th, 2012, Fez came out as gay.
Well, they put a lot of editorial thought into that, too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Here on Bluntopedia.
Hey, Todd, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm a little offended by you guys picking on guys named Todd.
Oh, yeah, this guy named Todd who we already did the jokes about the Todd name.
Just tell them it's not you're named after Michael Todd.
Just his last name.
Yeah, just the last name.
Here's Tucker. Tucker, you're on Run Fez.
You know, Ron, I hear how good Fez feels, how the honesty has re-energized him, and maybe you could bare your soul and tell us what your Christmas present was.
Oh, from Fez last year.
Yeah, just, come clean, bare your soul.
I am not as brave as Mr. Watley.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what is it?
All right, now just let me say this. At least people know for real what I've been dealing with. So it was an inappropriate, I think, Christmas gift.
It was personal.
It was really nice. It was nice. But this, me not talking about it, Fez, is more about my problems, not yours.
Okay.
Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Run Fez.
I want to invite Fezzy out to wonderful gay-friendly Minneapolis, and I wonder if we're going to get a Out Yourself Friday sounder. See you.
The Minneapolis Fez. Maybe it is time for you to start to take some gaycations.
Yeah, I didn't know Minneapolis was a gay tourist destination.
Oh, yeah.
I guess any big city is.
Even some small ones.
Yeah, that's true. End up on the Vikings party boat.
Favre, you're on Run Fez. Favre. Let's go over to Travis. Travis, you're on the Run Fez show.
Hey guys, Fez, now you come out, wondering if you can create maybe a new super masculine, maybe some kind of Guido alter ego.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I didn't even think of that. Here's our buddy Andy in Cleveland.
Fez is coming out. Fez, I am so effing proud of you. I've been listening for years now, and to hear you back in full effect, it's amazing. And I've had a crazy year with you guys, and Fezzy, actually, it all stems from you. I finally traced it back to where we first did it, and it was all to help you get out and go out and have a good time one night. And I just can't wait for you to finally embrace that and be able to do that. And wow, I'm choked up, and way to go, man. I'm just so happy. It's a new world, a new Fez. And
in song, please.
A what?
Do it in song. No, Andy. Actually, I think I probably, if I had done this on the caller show, I might have been the one person who could have taken the cash prize from you.
You want a song? Okay, Fezzy, it's your day. So I didn't want to go all out, but hey, Fezzy coming out. What can I say? Our Fez is gay. Fez, the secret's out. It's over now. It's through.
Love it.
You've got to get out there. You've got some life to do. I am so happy for you. Our Fez is out today. Yeah.
Nice work.
That's fantastic. Thanks, buddy. Just imagine if he could actually do that with other songs. He'd really have something for himself. Try to get in a couple more of these. We're going to do the Unmasked in just a little bit. Ken Marino, Unmasked. And I know a lot of people are crashing into the iBang website today, leaving some amazing comments, Fez. And I know that you'll read them all after the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it really is great to see a lot of people writing such nice stuff. But also remember, if you can be a first responder with Ken Marino, we'll put that up on the iBank Twitter account. Let's go over here to Steve. Steve, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie B. Hey, Fez. Congratulations. You know, it wasn't an unmasked, it was an RBI, I think, with Meredith Baxter, when you mentioned, Ron, that you had two close friends that had confided in you that hadn't come out yet. And I wanted to ask you, Ron, if it's a relief for you, too.
Yes. There's no doubt about it. It feels very, very strange for me. Two things seem very strange. Number one, to have told Fez since the beginning that this was his, and the last 3.5 years have been very stressful with him. To be honest, the last 6 or 7 years have been stressful. But to see him feeling like this today, it's amazing.
It is the weirdest day.
It is.
It just like this, it feels like we're in a new studio or something. It just everything feels weirdly new.
Let's go over here to Michael. You're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, Fez. Congratulations, Fez. Fez, come down to Asheville, Great Smoky Mountains. You can stay at a bed and breakfast, maybe the Grove Park. Very gay-friendly, really cool place.
You really are going to start having to do a lot more B&Bs.
Yeah.
Get out of doing that thing of going back to your old bedroom from when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And start living life a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should now embrace as many changes. And here's the other part of it. None of these changes have to be permanent. You can always swing back. So, for some reason you've ever thought if you change something, it would stay that way. maybe that's one of the things to remember now, that you want to make this a time of just trying stuff.
Yeah, I just want to go exploring through this whole thing. Just try out all, just check out different scenes, that sort of thing.
Now, do you still have nerves about being physical with someone, as you would say it, finally breaking your seal?
There's a little bit about that there, but this has been such a crazy rush that I feel like I want to go out and get
Rush, like gay guys snort.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to do that, but
you snort Rush too.
I started Rush a couple times.
Oh,
this is a day for sleep. I'm gay, and Pepper snorts Rush.
Oh, you know what we should find too? We should find that Sandra Bernhard Mighty Real. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah,
favorite version of that. Let's go over to Rich. Rich, you're on Fez.
Fezzy, congratulations, buddy. You sound fucking fantastic. I think we're all a little bit gay today. Congratulations, buddy.
Let's go over now to let's go over to Randy. Randy, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys. Congratulations, Fezzy. You should have seen the edit history page on your Wikipedia page. It was like, there's like about a full page of, vandalism for saying something that could be very upsetting, or not true. It was, people would add it, it would get backed out by somebody else, it got added again, it got backed out, added
Everyone
again,
wanted to be
out.
first.
Yeah, well, hey, you got to go out there and say, yes, it's me, and I am who I am, and that's all that I am.
Well, that was the biggest part of making this announcement today, to really get my Wikipedia page straightened out.
And let's get some things, other thing. He said that he was gay, not Popeye. So this whole I am who I am stuff. All right, so Fred, Zito, Hicks, and Fez, the four horsemen of homosexuality, have all come out today.
No.
By the way, if you're trying to fight the straight angle, Zito, don't have a little giggle like that. Okay. That was more of a titter than a laugh.
Dainty.
Yeah, it was. You know what else is dainty? Using the word dainty.
Oh, no.
That's the second thing.
That was directed at him.
All right, this is a little bit of Sandra Bernhard for Fezzy. This is what Fez will be playing as he's getting ready to go out on the town.
I'm going to start using deodorant again.
You make me feel.
That was for Fez Watley. Fez Watley, big day for him today. Fez came out on the air after many years of people waiting for this.
Yeah.
By the way, Fez's story is up on the interrobang.com. Something that you wrote up last night. So if anybody'd like to go over and read it, leave text, and maybe Fez, if you're not doing anything over the weekend, maybe you should even get into the room, like maybe during the Independent Spirit Awards or something, and get your text gang going again. You want to do that?
Oh, yeah, let's do the Spirit Awards.
All right, give me
They're on Saturday, right?
Yeah, give me a time on that. See whether it plays in the afternoon or at night. But we'll find out. Fez, I know you're getting a lot of texts.
Yeah, really sweet things coming in from, like Hard Rock Johnny, Fred Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, HTG has sent very, very sweet things. Kathleen from the Bronx. Big Jim.
Oh, I remember Big Jim.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a long time. And Eastside Dave, who
really,
who texts me, my brother will be in town in June. Yeehaw!
All right, that's inappropriate. You know what? I do think that that's as inappropriate as like when I try to put Earl together with black girls. When I always go, hey, when I meet black girls, I always go, I know the perfect guy for you. Some black guy.
So we'll see what happens in June. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
I am country.
Yeah, you are. All right, let's go over to Cam. Cam, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Fezzy, you sound like $1 million. Honestly, right now, I feel like one of those Cleveland Indians fans from Major League 2 going ape shit watching Wild Thing Vaughn come back. Fezzy, we love you. Keep it up. Peace.
You really are coming out of the dugout right now, Fezzy, like the Wild Thing. And
Fuck yeah.
Everybody's going crazy for. You got a time on that?
10 p.m. Saturday on
All
IFC.
right, that's perfect. Is that perfect for you, Fez?
Yeah, that works. 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Saturday on AMC. Fez will be around on the iBang if you'd like to talk to him. We'll set up something for kind of a listening thread during the Independent Film Awards.
And you're sure they're on that late?
Yes.
Okay.
The funny thing is, there's not one of these films that Fez has seen.
No. Not even close.
And the beauty of it is you don't even have to refresh anymore. And when I was sitting here after you made your announcement, I went over to your page and was just watching these things spinning like a clock, Fez. There are so many people wishing you really, really good things.
That is very cool. And we will hang out Saturday night on the Interrobang.
Let's go over to Mark in Canada.
Hello, boys.
Yeah.
Fez, congratulations. You sound great. Canada loves gay Fezzy. Keep it up.
It's nice you get to speak for the country.
Yes. International recognition now.
Let's go over to Drew in Minnesota.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What up?
Hey, just want to say congrats, Fez, and Ronnie. I know how you feel like, because I was in the same position where a friend of mine confided in me, and he was just the most miserable person until he came out. So, congrats, Fez. You sound good. You feel better. But a little word of warning: when my buddy came out, he showed up in my house one day. He had both his nipples pierced. He had his hair dyed white. He had his belly button pierced. He just went all in.
I don't have to dye my hair white.
Yeah, that's already taken care of. And his nipples are too thick to pierce, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, good luck with my nips.
You couldn't get a railroad spike through there. I think just the opposite, Fez. I think if you want to do anything, do it. Like now, you know, there's some people are acting like, oh, be careful. Like you just said that you wanted to take that 1 year to get over. I think now you need to take a year to try new stuff.
Just to play with it.
Just have fun with it and see. Yeah, I know. Play with it made Zito laugh.
Sure.
Because, you know.
Because the Zito announcement is coming. Trust
Yeah.
me, people. I've been down this road. I have been down this road. I see all the warning signs.
That carries extra weight now, that opinion.
Yeah, it does. By the way, I just noticed this. Your old buddy KOP just wrote something in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just to see his name come spinning by, because I haven't heard from him in a long, long time.
Just heard from Flipper.
Really?
His brother's in town in June. Yeehaw.
Oh, jeez. What a day.
It's been a really big day, hasn't it? It's very
It really
exciting.
has. How about this for Frenchie? Just sent you a message.
Oh,
we
love
haven't-
Frenchie.
We haven't heard from her in a long time. Brazilian Julie has sent you a message. So nice to hear from all these. Swissy just sent you a message and said that she's been crying hysterically at her desk. She's so happy for you, and to tell him that I love him. Fez, you blew it. Swissy loved you this whole time.
I could have had the Swiss miss.
Steve, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yes, I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning.
after hearing this whole thing about this big announcement, and just to find out, I'm sorry to ruin your dick sucking party, no pun intended. That
there was no pun in
there.
there.
Yeah, there wasn't any pun. Here's what you've turned it into, a fucking inbred redneck party. So thank you. You've added to our party.
Oh, I'll probably run into him at a bar this weekend.
No pun intended, but you're gonna eat a man's ass. That's not a pun. That's not a pun. We're going to go into the Unmasked show now. If I could quote Fez here, be a deer and be a first responder, because it's a great one. Ken Marino, Fez, who's got a gigantic movie coming out this weekend, Wanderlust. And I don't want to do any spoiler alerts here, but a lot of the state guys are in this thing. I've seen it. And they're not mentioned. So you'll be able to go, so Ken Marino is next. And Fezzi, anything else that you want to tell us?
I just want to thank everyone, because I know I have put people through the ringer with this, and just with the anxiety and the depression and everything, but today has been fantastic, and just thank you, everyone. And I just want to let people know that I'm gay. I'm Fez Whatley, and I am gay. Gay as gay can be. I'm mighty real gay. And I'm staying gay.
Well, congratulations to you, Fez. And it's a very weird thing that you did this for yourself, but you made so many other people happy today. So many people are anywhere from relieved to ecstatically happy.
I'm very happy.
Wait till Ant gets back from his cruise.
Yeah.
He's not going to believe it.
No.
Well, he'll believe it.
Yeah, he will. Everyone will believe it.
He used to say, any day now we'll get that announcement that Fez is gay.
Yeah, you know that you're really a dumb person if you said to yourself, I knew it, and thought of yourself as Sherlock Holmes for a moment. Again, Unmasked with Ken Marino coming up next. Anything else we need? Oh, Fez Whatley. Over the weekend, come to the iBang and hang out with them, and you can be some of the first people to interact with new gay Fez Whatley.
Yeah.
The all-new lemon-scented gay Fez Whatley.
That's on the Interbank Saturday, 10 p.m. for the Spirit Awards, the Independent Film Awards.
And if anyone missed any of the special announcement, this will be replaying all weekend as well.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's good.
So that's Rob Cross coming through, who was very supportive of you, from what I understood.
Very, very nice.
That's it. Enjoy the Unmasked. It's a good one. And by the way, go read Fez's story up on the Interabang. He wrote just a little personal note about what this was all like for him. You can leave a comment. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the Unmasked, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Proud of you, Fez.
Thank you, my friend.
I love you, kid.
I love you, too.
You're listening to the Opie and Anthony Channel. All this week, Ron and Fez's half year in review.